I used to sit in a dark study room. Watch the clock tick faster and faster. While I slowly drowned at my own desk. Pages flying everywhere. Phone glowing right next to me. Eyes glazed over, completely gone. I'd read the same line again, and again. Highlighter going wild across the whole page. Notes turning into pure chaos. And my brain wrapped in fog. I was studying. But nothing was sticking. Most days ended like this. Slumped in my chair. Staring at other people who seemed ahead of me. Someone always finished early. Closed their notebook. Walked out smiling with an A+ in their hand. And in my thought bubble? Their grade. Their calm. Their confidence. I'd look down at my own mess and think. Maybe they're just smarter. In my head, my brain turned into a rusty engine. Old. Sluggish. Barely turning. My focus dripped out in little drops. Notifications slammed into me from all sides. Social media tugged at both my arms. By the end of the day, my fuel gauge hovered on empty. So I did what everyone said I should do. I crammed late at night. Brain overheating on a stack of pages. Then came the test. Blank sheet in front of me. Blank mind inside of me. That, why, finally forced me to open a blueprint of my own mind. Not as good brain or bad brain, but as a simple engine labeled mind. This engine has fuel. It has a turbo. It has a road. Fuel is your attention. Turbo is your emotion. The road is repetition you walk again and again. When your goal is just study or learn chemistry. Your road is fog. You stand tiny in the middle of a maze of books. With no clue where to go. But then you drop a target board in that fog. You fire an arrow into the center of one topic. Suddenly it's not, study chemistry. It's, make 10 flashcards. Read 2 pages. Teach one concept out loud. Each small target calms your face. Each completed target adds one rung to the ladder out of confusion. The problem was never my brain. The problem was how I was using it. Phase 1, Kill Leaks. My desk wasn't a workspace. It was a chaotic battlefield. Books from every subject piled around me. Tabs stacked like a tower on the screen. Phone shining in the center like a small sun. It looked like hard work. But for my brain, it was just noise. So I did something simple and brutal. I put a big red X over everything that wasn't the current task. Phone into the drawer. Do not disturb on the door. Extra tabs. Closed. One by one. Until only one clean tab remained. My desk turned almost empty. One book. One notebook. One pen. One glass of water. I sat down. Took a deep breath. Switched my eyes into mission mode. Set a 25-minute timer. And in my head, stamped those 25 minutes as unreachable. For this block. No phone. No distractions. No, just one more scroll. Just me. One task. And the clock. Phase 2, targets, not fog. Before, my subjects hung above me. Like giant words on a wall. Biology. History. Math. Each one had its own heavy cloud. So I stopped fighting the whole wall at once. I broke it into bricks. Biology turned into a tiny note. Neurons firing. Another, synapse basics. Another, action potentials. Each mini-topic became a sticky note, with a small target on it. Then I wrote clear goals. Finish 10 questions. Read 2 pages. Teach 1 concept. Not, study harder. Specific missions. Every time I completed one, an invisible progress bar moved forward. A tiny trophy appeared in my imagination. My brain sent back a small spark of motivation. I wasn't teleporting to genius. I was climbing a ladder. Out of the fog. One step at a time. Phase 3, study like a teacher. There's a huge difference between seeing the right answer and producing it yourself. As long as the notebook is open, your brain can cheat. So I tried something that felt scary at first. I opened the textbook and read the explanation once, with full focus. Then I closed the book. Snap. Looked away. Eyes on the wall. Hand on my chin. And I asked myself, could I explain this to a 10-year-old? In my mind, a small kid version of me sat in front of a little board. No fancy words. No jargon. Just, this thing means this. These are the steps. A speech bubble appeared in my head. The first version was messy. I wrote that messy version down. Then I crossed out the heavy textbook phrases. Rewrote them in simple language I would actually use. It didn't look perfect, but it was mine. Every time I did this, it felt like lifting a dumbbell called recall. My brain wasn't lounging on the reading couch anymore. It was training in the explaining gym. And each time I walked through that gym door, my memory got a little stronger. Phase 4, questions equals hooks. A dense paragraph of information used to crush me like a brick. I'd read it. Forget it. Reread it. Still forget it. Now, when I see a block of text, I imagine a pair of scissors. I cut the paragraph into small pieces. Each piece becomes a card. On the front, one clear question. On the back, a short, simple answer. In my own words, I build a stack of these cards. Not 300 fluffy, shallow questions, but a smaller set of heavy ones that actually test my understanding. The best cards feel like gold. They carry the most important ideas. Those are the ones I keep on top. Instead of swimming in text, I'm holding a deck of weapons. Every card is a hook my brain can grab onto later. Phase 5, bend time. Before this, I did what everyone else does. Wait until the night before the exam. Shove everything into my brain at once. And then watch it disappear. 2 days later. The fix wasn't study all day, every day. It was much simpler. Learn once. Then revisit on purpose. Day 1. I learn the concept. And turn it into a question card. Day 2. I look at the question side. Try to answer from memory. Then flip and check. Day 4. Same card again. Less hesitation. More confidence. Day 7. I see the question. And the answer flashes in my mind. Before I even flip the card. Each round is short. Seconds, not hours. But every time I struggle a little. Before the answer comes, it's like adding another drop of glue between the concept and my memory. By the time the exam week arrives, I'm not learning from scratch anymore. I'm just checking what I already own. While other people drown in new pages, I'm rehearsing old battles I've already won. Phase 6, Illegal Mode Routine. At this point, I had a system. Clear targets. Teaching. Questions. And spaced repeats. Now I turned it into a daily routine. That almost felt unfair. I pictured my future self. Standing a little taller. Smiling back at me. For doing the work now. 109 to 110. The night before a test. Doesn't have to be chaos. I look at my calendar. See, exam tomorrow. I don't start a new chapter. I don't open 10 tabs. Instead, I take a short walk. Let my brain breathe. Then I run a lightning round. Through my flashcards. Weak topics glow red in my mind. Those are the only ones I attack. I explain the hardest ideas. One more time. To the wall. Like it's my student. If I get stuck mid-sentence. That's my signal. Check the notes. Fix the gap. Then explain again smoother. I pack my bag calmly. Set out what I need. Leave my phone away from my pillow. I fall asleep with my brain tired. But not fried. Body resting. Memories quietly locking in. Morning. Sunlight through the window. I wake up on time. Not in a panic. Walk into the exam room. With steady steps. Questions start to look familiar. Concepts glow like old friends. A line appears in my head. Honestly, this feels a little illegal. Before this system, I could throw 8 to 9 hours at a subject. And still feel lost. After this system, I often study less total time. But remember far more. The difference isn't magic. It's method. My notes used to be pretty. And useless. Now they're simple. And powerful. My brain doesn't feel broken anymore. It feels trained. Here's what nobody told me in school. School grades you on answers. Life rewards you for systems. You don't need a bigger brain. You need better rules. For using yours. Turn huge, scary subjects into tiny, clear targets. Turn passive reading into active explaining. Turn random cramming into planned, tiny reviews. Picture yourself 1 month from now. You open your notebook. You see your cards. And instead of panic, you feel calm. I know this. I've fought this before. That version of you is not some special genius. It's just you. With an upgraded study engine. And a real ladder. Out of the fog. If you want that version of you, don't just nod. And scroll to the next video. Tonight, pick one change. Turn tomorrow's chapter into 10 simple question cards. Or pick one topic and explain it to an imaginary 10-year-old without looking at your notes. Or run a single 25-minute illegal mode session with your phone in another room. Do that for 7 days. Then watch what happens to your confidence when you sit down to study. Come back to this video and tell me in the comments which part felt the most illegal. And if you want more POV stories about studying, focus, and building a brain that actually works for you, hit subscribe, tap the bell, drop a like. For the heavy, quality cards. Stop trying harder with the same broken method. Start engineering how you learn. Because you don't need more hours at your desk. You need every minute to finally start counting.